Hi Virgo, welcome to Sophquest. My name is Spence. Welcome in if you are a new person to the channel, and if you're a subscriber that used to belong to Sophquest Synergy, then I hope you've realized we have moved house over to a new channel, and I hope that you will subscribe here because this is where you're going to be getting your weekly readings for all signs. You can check your sun, moon, rising, Venus, however it applies to you, all right? This is a general reading. And so I'm going to be talking about the main themes that's happening with your house this week, Libra. All right, Libra. For the week of May 31st through June 6th, we are in Gemini season. And yes, the Mercury retrograde has begun. On May 29th, Mercury stationed to go retrograde, seemingly looking like it was going backward in the sky, but not actually, just slowing down. Now, Mercury is the planet, there's your card. Mercury is the planet of intellect and communication, commerce and transportation. And it's very much also about our narrative, how we think and what we believe and how we emanate that out into the world when we're communicating to everyone in our lives. So it's an important planet. You are an air sign, so this is a comfortable placement for you. And Mercury retrograde, I think this season is going to really help you learn a lot, Libra. And also, I have to say, with Jupiter and Pisces, there with Neptune, you may actually get your information from sources that just are somewhat inexplicable. Just gleaning things that maybe you would have missed before. So yeah, look up, look out, open your eyes and see something that you might not have noticed, Libra, because I think it's a good time to kind of go through this very cerebral time, trying to get out of your head a little bit and get more into your five senses and take in things in new and mysterious ways. I think you'll learn a lot that way, Libra, and I think you'll also teach a lot right now at this time with your energy, because Venus is also still in Gemini at the beginning of the week. And it's there really helping us to understand the value of communication, right? The beauty of it, the love that can be shared when having good communion, good conversation with people. That's a good thing. All right, you are well shuffled here in this. I'm using today the Vision Quest Tarot, and it is by Guy and Sylvie Winter and Joe Dose. It is a Native American deck that I love. And the Oracle is the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. And because it's Gemini season, I thought it would be very apropos to read from the book and honor the writing. Gemini is about writing and speaking and communication. So let's honor some of the writing because Colette Baron Reed is a really good writer and has great insight, and I love her Oracle decks. Now I'm going to pull a 9-card spread for you now. I'll name each card, and then of course I'm going to show you all of the cards one by one, as well in groups with the big picture, okay? So first we have the Fool, the 9 of Fire, we have Temperance in this deck called Integration, we have the 5 of Water, the Father of Fire, the Ace of Earth, the Moon. I've been pulling the moon a lot, of course, because we're in the moon energy right now. We just had that big eclipse on the 26th. And we're going to have a solar eclipse in Gemini on the 10th of January next week. So we're kind of in between really, really big eclipsean energy, which means what we're learning right now, the things that we are dealing with in life, those will be activated on 6 months intervals. These are big life lessons that we're going through right now. Big understandings and changes in our lives. Okay, and then we have the Moon, we have the Death card, Transformation in this deck, and the 6 of Fire, Victory. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, you have 5 of Air, which in this is fear. So let's deal with some fear. It doesn't really surprise me right now, Libra, because you know, the 5 of Air is very much about the conflicts that we have when we're going over something in our minds that we don't really understand. We're in some type of conflict over something that's been happening. And your oracle for the week is Imagine. So let's read this from the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. Imagine, Libra. And that is number, no number, I'll look it up alphabetically. Imagine. Okay. Imagine. Oh, it's number 20. I knew it was a number. Just didn't see it right there in the swirly there, right there. I didn't see it. Okay, number 20. Here we are, imagine. Libra, for you. For the week of the 31st through the 6th. Turning imagination into manifestation, creative thought, visualization, the power of aligning imagery and feelings, creativity and illusions. Wow, so see what I mean, Libra? You're going to take in information and perceive things, but I think that they need very imaginative. They will come in an illusory way. That's what I meant by the mysteries. Who do you want to be? What do you need to believe in order to have the life you want? In order to have the life you want. You were gifted with the power to imagine. If you can dream it, you can create it. This is the time when your imagination is the key to manifesting the life you desire. Spend time daydreaming, fashioning a vision board to help you see your goals, or meditating. Allow the power of your creativity to deliver images of what feeds your soul. Then allow your feelings to mingle with your inspiration and imagine these things being real right now. Then repeat it. So in other words, yeah, get out of that mental body where you're just going over your lists or, working with your calendar, your to-do list, out of your left brain, right? Out of your linear brain, Libra. And it's saying to maybe get into more of your right brain and allow for artistic flow, for surprises, and for things that astound you in the world. And open up to that maybe. All right, what you imagine will become your belief, and soon you will see these things come to pass in the outer world as if by magic. When really it isn't. It's Newton's third law, the law of reciprocity, right? So what you put out into the world comes back to you, right? So that's what this is saying. Imagine the best. Imagine the best, because underlying the deck here, we have this Five of Swords, which is fear. So it's one or the other, right? So I think this is actually, this reading today is probably very much about your narrative. This word came to me actually a couple of nights ago when I was looking at the astrology, because in Gemini season, especially between two major eclipses, the lunar eclipse on May 26th and the new moon solar eclipse that's going to happen on June 10th, in between these energies this week, as Mercury is starting to slow down into its retrograde, we are thinking in a deeper way, in a little bit more philosophical way, and I think we're going to learn more from our dreams and our imaginings right now about how we feel and what we want. I think this is important right now. I think we're in a transitional period where we're taking on new things in our lives so we can grow. That's the beauty of it, Libra. Okay, so in the top line here we have the Fool, or in this card, Clown. You can see he's like a little jester. He's about to take a leap of faith into something new. Then we have the Nine of Fire, the inner strength. So for a very long time you've put a lot of effort into wanting to do something new. You've been thinking about it a long time. You've been holding it inside of your energy for a long time. And when you get to the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Fire, you're almost defensive about it. Like you want to protect your desire to do something and take this risk with the Fool. This could be in your work life. Wands can very much be about what we want to do in our career. It could be in a relationship and you've been feeling a certain way for a very long time and you want to take a risk about it and kind of jump in with both feet. Then we have integration. Integration, and that is temperance, and it's when we get steady. Instead of being too stressed out over what we want and the things we're trying to control so we get a good outcome with the 9 here, instead of that, we're going to settle in and settle into the energy and get more balance for the integration and the temperance card here. And take a moment in Mercury retrograde to kind of just let it wash over you. Let your life and the awareness of your life, how you think about it, how you feel about it, and the narrative you're telling yourself about what your life is or can be, and settle into it and see how it makes you feel. Because I think there's a change that you would like to make here, and it might take a little bit of a leap of faith, something you might be excited about. And I think that maybe you're opening up here. You're opening up with imagination to consider new possibilities that perhaps you wouldn't have considered before. So that's exciting. That's cool. All right. In the second line here, we have the Five of Water, the Father of Fire, and the Ace of Wands. So Libra, you can see with this, the Five of Water, there's been cups spilt out. There have been some losses along the way. But I suppose, just to put it plainly, that is the circle of life, isn't it? We go through seasons, and when seasons end, there are things that die out. There are things that are left behind, or things that we lose, or things that we have to let go of. And in this card, the Five of Water says that that has been difficult for you. It's been difficult to let go of something that you held as valuable. Because in the energy of the water, that's something we care about, right? Something we have feelings about. So when they spill out, that's something that feels like a loss emotionally to us. So then with the Father here of Fire, or the King of Wands, this is about our deep will and drive and desire to move forward, to take action now. So you're transitioning from this feeling and you're saying to yourself, nope, you know what? I'm going to get up, I'm going to take my wands, and I'm going forward on an action for something that I really want to do. And then here with the Ace of Earth, this is the Ace of Pentacles. This is a brand new beginning that has true, rooted ability to grow. Something that it can be very abundant. This can be a lot of things. A new home, a new job. This can be a new life, a new partner. This can be anything that you're going to commit to that takes time to grow, time to nurture, time to invest in. And so it's a wonderful card, this Ace of Earth, this Ace of Pentacles. So you're letting go of something from the past that was hard to let go of, and you're getting really willfully courageous about taking the next step for this Ace of Earth, this new beginning. Because it's going to grow and it's going to be abundant and the harvest will come in. And you're willing to take a risk to do this with the card above it, with the Fool card, which is the beginning of a new hero's journey. So in other words, you're going on a new path in your life. You will remember this time. You'll look back. You may not remember it astrologically. You may not say, oh, well, that was between this full moon eclipse in Sagittarius and the new moon in Gemini. You may not remember that. But what you will remember is how this moment in time, whatever is going to happen, this new thing, it will change your life. And it's going to change your life for the better. So this is a really good thing. And I think you're letting go of some of the fear of it. The fear of the new. Because the Five of Swords, we get mentally bogged down with strife. The Five of Fear to me is strife. And you're wanting to let go of strife. And that's why you pulled the Imagine card today. Imagine moving forward in your life without any strife. Letting go of the strife, whatever it might have been. And it could be 1,000 things, and each and every one of you Libras will have experienced it differently. So it doesn't need to matter right now in this reading whether this is about a relationship, a job, a home, moving out of state, your children leaving home, whatever it is that's changing. It is a life-altering pattern for you. It will change your day-to-day life. All right? So the last line here is the moon, and in this card, it is the full moon. So this just happened last week. And something was coming to closure, coming to the end of a cycle in its natural timing and natural order, and needed to be let go of. And I think that's what the Five of Cups is about. But understand that above the Five of Cups is that integration card, right? The first card. You're finally integrating your feelings about it. When we integrate emotionally, we are able to allow for closure because it gives us understanding of what that portion of our life was about and the worth of it, what it gave us. It doesn't matter. You can list all the negatives of why you feel the Five of Fear and the Five of Water, and they will all be true, of course, right? It sucks when we lose something. But in that, there comes an understanding. Well, if that didn't happen, then I wouldn't have been moved on to this new path. And then what happens when you look back 6 months from now, you'll say, oh boy, was I glad that happened, okay? So the moon, then the death, then the 6 of fire. So you can see this transformational time. This means the close of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. During these moon cycles right now, during these eclipses, that this ending and beginning, Ouroboros, in the end is my beginning, right? The snake that eats its own tail, the Ouroboros, it represents time. And that life, there's a circle of life. In the end is my beginning. So whatever is ending or closing out was probably a karmic cycle. You were learning some life lessons, something happened. It gave you something. It helped to grow you. Because you don't receive these major arcana cards unless you've really learned some big life-altering truths about yourself, about your life, about where you're going, that kind of thing. And then look at that. Last card, 6 of Wands. Victory. So whatever this was about, it was really helping you move forward. That's what I want to say, Libra. It's helping you move forward from things that you were afraid to maybe try, or things that maybe you were just afraid would change, things that maybe have felt unstable a little bit. And this is really just encouraging you to just take the lid off the box and imagine something even better for yourself. Because that's what I'm seeing here, honestly. All right? So I wish you kindness, reverence, and gratitude. Please have a great week, and I will talk to you again next week. And don't forget, please do, if you like the video, thumb up and subscribe. Click that bell so you'll receive notifications for the next one. Okay? Thanks so much, Libra. Take it easy. Bye-bye.